What's up, everybody? So I wanted to bring up a topic today that is really looked down upon in today's hobby, and I wanted to go over it and as well as go over some benefits that I see, because when it comes to overprinting, I see too many negative factors that people talk about and discuss, whether it be in forums, whether it be on YouTube, social media. So I wanted to bring light to this topic because I don't see anybody talking about the positive effects of overprinting. And there are positive things when it comes to overprinting, believe it or not. So when you hear the word overprinting, what are a couple of things that come in mind? Okay, so for some people, a couple of things that come into mind is they're worthless. Other things, it's bad for the hobby. It's too much quantity. There's more chances for errors or misprints. These are some of the misconceptions that we hear about when we see the word or hear the word overprinting. Now, it's kind of funny because when I think of overprinting, I think of that scene in I Love Lucy. Okay, so what are the benefits of overprinting sports cards? The first thing that I like to mention is it's direct to consumer. There's no middleman that's involved. Direct to consumer is a main focus for Fanatics and Josh Luber. This is no secret. Josh Luber has mentioned it on several of his interviews, his social media. The main goal for Fanatics when they take over is direct to consumer. So they're trying to eliminate the middleman, aka the distributors and other third-party entities. So in fact, I think this is a good thing. So you have it in consumers' hands, the faster the better. Whether it be from retail or directly to hobby stores or your local card shop, I think this is a positive thing because it gives the product directly into the hands of the consumer. Other benefits of overprinting: you have more affordable pricing. The higher volume equals more reasonable or low cost pricing. Now, there's going to be less demand for the higher end buyer, but regardless, it's going to be more available product for the low end consumers. So the people that cannot afford the high end products, they're not going to be able to purchase it. So they need a more affordable pricing in order to obtain these cards. And with higher volume, this gives them the opportunity to purchase cards at a reasonable cost. Other benefits of overprinting: it gets in the hands of new collectors coming into the hobby. So if you have a new collector, investor, that's coming into the hobby, they need a starting point. They need a base to start off with. They're not going to directly go to the higher end and purchase from there. They need to something to start off with. So these overprinting cards that we see, these high volume cards that we see, believe it or not, that's going to be their starting point. For most new collectors in the hobby, that's going to be their starting point. And then over time, they're going to learn more and more about the hobby, and then they might transition from the higher end volume collecting to the rare cards or numbered parallel cards, whatever, So they're going to need a starting point, and I say that the base cards that you see, these high volume cards that you see, they're going to be their starting point. Another benefit of overprinting is those team slash player collectors are able to collect more easier because those team sets will be more available because there's going to be more product out there for them. So they're able to collect those team sets, or if they're looking for individual players, even the Hall of Famers, the future Hall of Famers, they're going to have their own base sets, and there's going to be enough for them to collect. Another benefit of overprinting, and I think is probably one of the most important ones, is it allows kids and the younger generation to get in this hobby. We as a hobby have transitioned over the years from being a hobby to being more of just profit. And think about when you were a kid. Think about when you were a kid and you got your first all-star card, or that card that you were looking at, or just any card in any pack that was shiny, whether it be shining or a player you saw on TV. How was your reaction? You must have been the happiest kid alive. So I think our hobby has gone away from that, and it's more about profit now. Yes, there are some things that we can profit out this hobby, but when it comes down to it, we have to see where it all started from. It all started from just collecting. And when you were a kid collecting these cards, you didn't care about the value, you didn't care about the pricing. When you got the card, you were just overwhelmed with happiness. You didn't care about anything else. And you treasured those cards. Whether they were worthless or not, you treasured them. You might have put them in long sleeves, you might have put them in binders. Whatever you did, you treasured them. Even though somebody else didn't treasure them, you treasured those cards. And it created nostalgia for you up to today. So in reality, the younger generation of the hobby, we're passing the torch to them. We're passing the torch as to say we are sharing our knowledge, we are sharing our nostalgia that we had when we were small, and we're transitioning it to them so they can enjoy a better and fun, exciting hobby as we remember it. Because if it all turns into profit, there's no fun of it. So the last thing I want to cover among the benefits of overprinting is, some of you guys might have thought, well, you can't profit off of overprinting. That is not true. So that's actually one of the benefits of overprinting is there's more potential for flipping low-end cards. Okay, as I mentioned, there's more potential for flipping low-end cards. This has to deal with, getting in those dollar boxes, finding value in cards, and potentially selling it for a profit. Now, there's going to be a small marginal profit, but there's going to be a higher gain if sold in higher volumes. I want to shout out Josh Unboxed. If you don't follow his channel on YouTube, go ahead and follow him. He has a great channel of flipping low-end sports cards. So shout out Josh if you're listening. Great channel. So at the end, I just have one thing to say to everybody. Collect, invest what you like. Whether it be high-end cards, low-end cards, overprinted cards, just collect what you like. If you collect what you like, you can never go wrong. There's plenty of room in this hobby for everybody to share and enjoy. I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.